Bohemian Rhapsody is up for lots of Oscars this weekend. And this is the new trend in movie making.
Is it like the movie soundtrack award, or are they actually going to win another?
I think it's up for like best picture and best performance and all the major categories.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never saw it. I want to see it.
I know, we got to get out. I saw that it was on DVD at Target the other day for $25, and I'm like, is anybody buying DVDs anymore? Who's buying DVDs?
Yeah, my cousin in Washington still uses the Red Box. I couldn't believe it. And then, of course, we got home, and it was a Blu-ray. And she's like, oh, I forgot our Blu-ray player went down.
Don't you have to pay extra for the Blu-ray if you go to Redbox?
An extra $1. It was
$1?
like we got 2 movies for like $3.58. So then we watched some terrible horror movie that I couldn't even tell you what it was about. It was so bad. So,
but that's renting it. I understand renting it for like a couple bucks.
Yeah, I don't know who buys
buying it for $26. Like how many times you have to watch
CDs? Who buys CDs anymore?
Not me.
I get my music from the radio, and I get it from downloading it. It's always some sort of radio station or a download. You don't buy CDs anymore, but some people still, I guess, do.
There's a movie called Rocket Man that's coming out. I'm guessing that's about Elton John.
Yeah, it is. It's his biopic, yeah, or whatever you want to call it.
So Alice Cooper has weighed in, and he said his life story would make an amazing movie. I agree with that. We talked with Alice Cooper before.
See, that was an interview we should have played on Monday.
I don't know where it's at.
I don't know where it's at either.
It's a great interview.
We talk about, how we beat alcoholism is he would play 2 rounds of golf a day.
Yeah.
What was that, 36 holes?
Yeah.
And that's a lot. I mean, if you're a golfer
and playing for 9 hours, 10
and
hours.
he did this every
on days that he's not, doing music related stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
He knows Tiger Woods. He knows all the guys, all the pro golfers through the 90s and early 2000s, friends with him.
He's consulted John Daly on alcohol struggles in the past.
That's right.
I mean, there's great. I would watch that movie only because we had a chance to talk to him. Do you think it would have mainstream appeal like Queen or like the Elton John story with Rocket Man? I mean, there's all kinds of...
It depends. If it's really good, I don't see how it wouldn't. Now, when I think of Queen, I think, okay, yeah, they were a big deal, but that was a niched audience too, right?
Yeah, I think
Elton John's a little different.
Queen was bigger than Alice Cooper.
I would say it's about the same.
No?
A little bigger?
In your mind, maybe.
Okay, I don't know.
But Queen was a gargantuan group over Alice Cooper. I mean, Alice Cooper had like 4 or 5 songs.
Yeah, that's true.
But his story would make an amazing story. He's been sober for 37 years.
I would really like to see that. I would like to see somebody do that. And he's great. I know he lives in the Phoenix area. And, through social media, I follow some of the Phoenix guys on the radio. And he comes into the radio station all the time. And he goes out, he signs stuff, he does events.
He's a cool guy.
He's a man of the people.
My daughter met him. I've never met Alice Cooper face to face, but my daughter.
How did your daughter meet her? When he came here?
Yeah.
How did your daughter get backstage?
Hollywood Vampires. They asked me if I wanted to go backstage, and my daughter is a big Pirates of the Caribbean fan, and that Johnny Depp is part of the band.
I remember these pictures, yes. And so your wife took her.
And so I was like, I don't need to meet rock stars. Go ahead and take our daughter. So my wife and my daughter went backstage and met Alice Cooper and Johnny Depp. And
does she still remember? Does she remember Johnny Depp? Does she talk about it?
If I bring it up to her,
yeah, that's cool.
And she still knows him as Captain Jack Sparrow.
Captain Jack.
She just. If I said to her, "Do you know who Johnny Depp is?" She'd be like, "What are you talking
Captain
about?"
Jack.
I say Captain Jack Sparrow. She went back when she was backstage.
She called him that
because
right?
you know how these things work. You have to stand in line for 45 minutes to an hour, which is the main reason why I did not want to go. So she's standing back there, and she's
for 20 seconds,
3 years old at the time, and she's like, she gets impatient, and she yells at her mom, my wife, and she says, "Hey, where are the pirates at? I want to see the pirates," in front of everybody that's waiting for her. Because they all look like pirates.
That's pretty funny.
They all look like the pirates.
Yeah, no, that would be great. I mean, I think the Rocket Man thing would be good. I want to see Queen, but if you were going to do another rock star,
so we agree.
It would be Alice Cooper. Yeah, just off the interview we had with him.
Compelling movie. It would be a very compelling movie.
I'm going to find that. We got to replay that.
Which rock star would make for the most boring movie?
Chad Kroeger, he's Canadian. They don't have anything going on, right? I mean, they put what do they put? Chicory in their coffee? I mean,
would it just be therapy session after therapy session after therapy session after therapy session? That's what it would be. The Therapy Chronicles of Chad Kroeger. How come nobody likes me?
Or that other guy that you really like, God, who was just brought up on charges of sexual misconduct and.
Ryan Adams.
Sorry, I was trying to think of his name.
Not Brian Adams.
Ryan with an R.
Ryan Adams.
Yeah. That guy's got to have a boring life.
No, it doesn't sound like it based on the tweets.
Yeah. That's
sounds like a very, very eventful life.
Who is the rock star you want to see a documentary or a biopic done on?
The most boring. I want to know the most boring.
Oh, the most boring?
It's easy. That's shooting fish in a
You
barrel.
can give us both.
That's shooting fish in a barrel saying, which ones would make for the most compelling?
There's got to be something on Ted Nugent, right?
The Steven Tyler story would be interesting to me.
Ted Nugent's crazy.
The Gene Simmons story would be interesting to me. It would be. As much as it pains me to say, it would be.
I saw his TV show. That was a biopic on him and about his family.
Ringo Starr would be
Jewels.
incredibly boring. It would be.
Yeah,
it would be because he was the least compelling of the Beatles.
Cody says Rick Astley would be the most boring biopic. Are you kidding me? Rick rolled? You want to get Rick rolled? Think about it for a second, folks. Think about it.
There could be an interesting documentary made on.
He's now doing shows with Foo Fighters. I mean, he's not really doing shows with them. He's being brought out on
Summoned
stage.
on stage to be made fun of because he had one song.
Yeah.
Although, didn't he have two songs?
He's good enough for Dave Grohl. He's good enough for me, Cody Pendant.
Didn't Rick Astley have two songs?
Yes, he actually had a few.
A few, meaning that's three or more.
Yeah, I think
between three and five.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember all the songs that he had. So many great hits. Obviously, Never Gonna Give You Up.
Yes.
All right. And let's see here. Wow, this seems going to be this way.
Did you see this, by the way? Oh, did you get Rick rolled?
What are you looking for?
Huh? What am I looking for?
What are you doing over there?
I am.
You tell me to bring down the Rick Astley?
While you were out taking a poop. The engineers caught wind of your bitching about my computer.
Oh, good. Thank God. What time they did something. There you go.
Is that crystal clear, high def? Together Forever is the song?
This is called Never Gonna Give You Up. Oh, no, Together Forever. Yes.
See?
Yes. Oh, you already got it.
Hold on a second. He does only have one song. He just gives them different titles.
They are
he looks like
fairly
he's 16
similar.
when he was singing, man. He's a young guy.
Here we go. Stop with this. Yes. I think we've talked about this. So we know this one, right?
I don't know this
And then
one.
I just played Never Gonna Give You Up. And then I'm going to bring that down and I'm going to bring this up. All right? Get ready. This was a huge hit. Yeah. She wants to dance with me.
I do want to say that his vocal range is very underrated but I mean, the 80s, this is what the 80s were known for. One-hit wonders. They would sign you to a deal, then spit you out before you made too much money and you were done. Your career was done. Because believe me, the record machine knows how to. The music industries ran like the New England Patriots. They basically like you when you're good, don't like you when you're bad, and they'll cut ties. There's no loyalties in the record industry. None at all.
But here's the thing. Everybody's trying to get theirs, right? And so, Rick Astley, unfortunately. Astley.
Not
Rick
Ashley. Not Ashley.
No, if I said that, I apologize. Ashley, Rick Astley.
I mean, for somebody who celebrates his complete library.
Well, I just had a fat tongue. Trust me, you say stupid stuff all the time when you bite your cheek.
I know. I've been saying stupid stuff all week, but I still can say Astley.
Remember this one?
What if people called you Jeremy Wesh? Would you be cool with that?
I'd say, did you just bite your cheek?
Jeremy Wesh. Hey, Jeremy Wesh, what's going on?
All right, let's bring this down and see who else is on this list. Let's see. Oh, I see. Alan says, didn't know that he was a rock star. Oh,
Who?
he's still talking about Rick Astley. Bruce Springsteen. How would that be, Jeff Mitchell? How would that be, disappointing? Or
I could say
he's had quite a career.
Yeah, but
Elton John, we were just talking about. Somebody said Elton John. They're doing Rocket Man.
There's not much to the Bruce Springsteen story, Like he's goes out, does his songs, hardworking, super hardworking, like turns in a really good concert performance. I would say and he almost falls in this category, the ultra liberal, anything for a cause rockers, like the Pearl Jam story. As much as I love the band, their rock and roll story would be very boring. It really would be. I mean, you do have the whole story that created the story, which was the Mother Love Bone thing. That would be the most compelling part of the movie. But once it got to the Pearl Jam part, you'd be like, okay, it was good for the first 3-4 years. Then everybody got boring. Everybody grew up in that band. Everybody grew up. They still make great
stories.
They still make great music. They still do great performances. But is it a really biopic of Bohemian Rhapsody proportions? Hell no.
What was the guy's name from Candlebox that we interviewed? Do you remember?
Barrett Martin.
You were friends. You had a mutual friend that you went to high school with.
Yes.
A girl.
Yes.
A girl that you fancied.
No, I did not go to high school with her. She went to high school with them. I'd worked with her.
That's right.
After high
but
school.
You kind of liked her a little bit.
We actually dated, yes.
Yeah, you both dated the same chick, if I remember.
Well, she said she skateboarded with them. She skateboarded with them.
What does skateboarding mean?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if...
I don't know. That's kind of a cool story. To some, maybe not to most. I found it interesting because I know you. Maybe other people wouldn't. Interesting. I know. I'm having a hard time getting the words out.
Are you drinking this morning?
A little bit.
It's Friday.
No, I'm just eating and talking, and I probably shouldn't be doing that. I apologize. Let's get back to this.
Interesting.
So Meatloaf is on the list, and I agree. This is all I know. I mean, you're a hardcore fan. You probably know all the Meatloaf stuff.
Yes, that would be a boring biopic. It's just him battling the demons of his food addiction. Is it
barbecue sauce on his chin?
Is it going to be Cheetos or pork rinds?
I would do anything for ribs, but I won't do that. Is he not going to sing?
Eric writes in, he says Elton John. Apparently the people of Rocket Man disagree with you, Eric, and they're going to make that.
Are you not listening to me? I may be drinking, but I just said this like 2 minutes
ago. I know, but he said Elton John. They're making the movie about Elton John.
I know, I just said that. I'm just saying, if you're calling me out for talking, I'm calling you out for not listening.
That's a very dumb thing to say from Eric on that one. Because
they've already made it.
Apparently, there are people out there that think his story is interesting enough to where it's going to get financed for a big budget film. How about this one? I've been sitting on this one for a while. Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20. Super boring guy, right?
Well, but he did, that first album was really big, and then he went and he worked with Santana, and he worked with a few other artists. And then, Matchbox 20 5 years ago was still, almost selling out the California Mid-State Fair.
Cool. Okay, awesome. But what's the turmoil in Matchbox 20? There's no turmoil. There's no antagonist. What's the antagonist in Matchbox 20?
Right.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
What about Lars from Metallica?
Goo Goo Dolls story. That's another boring.
Can you imagine if the only biopic they did was on Lars and they didn't do it on James Hetfield or any of the other guys in the band? It was Lars. Like, how boring would that be?
I think
he's got to be the most boring guy.
It'd be interesting because he's the short guy and he's the one that, believe me, he's the short guy.
Yeah. But is that interesting?
He is the short guy.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Don't miss a moment. Subscribe to the podcast on Google, Apple, YouTube, and Podbean by clicking on Jeff and Jeremy at KZOZ.com.